Hi guys, hope you are doing well. So today we are going to do a quick public audit of a French soap brand that's name is Compagnie de Provence. I'm not sure what its French pronunciation is. Nevertheless, it's sort of like a premium, not a premium, but like mid luxury sort of like a brand where soaps are for $35 for 16.9 ounce. And let's open up their best selling SKU. I think this is their best selling listing. It has got 121K of revenue, which is, of course, once again pretty good. They've got a sponsored display ad running over here. They've got they had a sponsored display ad running over here as well. But nevertheless, let's dive straight into this. All right, so it's selling 32. I think almost prices almost identical with different bottles having different prices. So we'll dive deeper into what different bottles mean. But yeah, their main image and then their second image, I think what can be added first of all in the second image, because I see this with a lot of shampoo or soap or lots of these type of brands where whenever they're telling about their ingredients, and I'm not sure if they've mentioned their ingredients. All right, so if it's whatever, I think it's made of pigs. Let me open up another one where it makes sense. This is, I think, flour, cotton flour. So I think the packaging is in French, all of it. I think in here, if I can show it with a bit better images, and I can talk about I will, their competitor who is doing this as well, maybe, and that will make more sense. So coming down on their main SKU, I think maybe let's open another shampoo brand and let's see what those guys are doing. All right, let's open this guy. I think he's already selling at 48.50. OI is also, I think, a pretty big brand. OI has got different. All right, I think how these guys are telling, I would love to split test, their main image with an image like this. So this main image with an image like this, where it's highlighted what's happening as well. So if it's extremely clear, right? Moving down a bit below, now they've got one infographic, one lifestyle, two lifestyle, three lifestyle, and then this is about once again the cotton flower. But what I think, of course, is if a French team is behind it, no one can beat them in art. It's not easy to for any other brand to go ahead and compete with any French brand in terms of good aesthetics. But one thing that I would like to add is definitely, adding a few infographics and reading that from your customers. And of course, I'm no one to tell you how to frame that product, how to, what angle should you put it in. You guys can figure it out in a lot better way, especially if you're a French brand. But moving down here, I think there are a few adjustments when I go ahead and have a look at other SKUs as well. All right, only two listing images, and you've got 100 plus sales coming in. So that is around 3,200 sales coming in, even more. So it can be improved a lot more, right? And one another thing that I see is they've got once again, similar bullet points across different variations. So this becomes sort of like if it's not a problem, then it's not adding to your any benefit as well, because you're using the same keywords continuously again and again, and you're indexing on the same keyword. So maybe when your bottles change it a bit more, and I think they might be doing this as well. That when the bottles change, I think there are some changes made. Uh, but yeah, and of course, then you've got different variations as well. Now you can keep the same bullet point if it's cotton flower, all different sizes. I think that will be a bit too tricky. Although I would definitely suggest if you've got a pool of keywords, because definitely this product has got a huge pool of keywords. So you can them. They are right. All right, this was the ASIN. They are right now at 1807 organic and 411 paid. But I honestly think with the number of variations, at least 4, 8, 12, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's at least like what 80, 90 variations. So those are like huge number of variations, right? Uh, so I would definitely ask them to go ahead and make some changes to their bullet points. Now coming down a bit below, let me check this as well. All right, so the price has been the same. It had a small fluctuation. I think there was some fluctuations with the price, but I don't mind. I think they're very small. Uh, Moving down a bit below. Now this is sponsored. They have the defensive targeting running on their own product, which is once again great. Then they've got another row of once again them targeting and a few other brands targeting as well. And of course, a few other brands will always target you. Now, one thing that Amazon is updated just right now is, I think, on PC, on by if you're using it on your laptop, they're not showing the whole A plus content, which is kind of sad because you can A plus content could have strategically used as well by adding as many carousels as possible to ensure that with the next sponsored product placement, you're creating as much friction as possible. But in here, Amazon has avoided it. But nevertheless, these guys have also not created premium A plus content. I think definitely with a brand who's already doing good in terms of revenue, and they're one of the main reasons why it sells is, other than its, of course, like formulation and all, it's also because of its sense of aesthetic, sense of owning a minimalistic brand for people, which is a French made soap. So you need to add more and more creative just to excite those people more, just to not just create your authenticity, because that has been created by your reviews, but just to make it more aesthetic, make it more pleasing for your new to brand customers. Another very important thing, I don't see any subscribe and save, which is, I think, if I had to jot down one important point, was to create a subscribe and save button over here, and I don't see it here. All right, it's already here. My bad. Yeah. But of course, the metrics that you have to take care of is your new to brand customers versus your repeat purchase rates. Moving down a bit below, all right, they've got multiple stuff in here. The customer reviews. Let's go back to just reverse hastening them and then seeing what's happening. So total search volume that is captured is around 1.7 mil, which is, I would say, it's huge. I would do one thing over here. First of all, of course, I do not want keywords that do not make a lot of sense, and apply filters. How many keywords are there now? 242. All right. Moving down a bit below, now this is where a bit of a problem comes in. Let me actually make it even more interesting. Yeah. So this is one of the keywords where they're ranking at fourth of spot. This is another keyword where they're ranking at 18th spot. Once again, both of these keywords have got absolutely, just a very low amount of keyword sales. So these are 34 and 24, right? And your 34 and 24, it's not a good keyword to, just select them and rank them at. And especially if you are such a huge player in the market, or if you've got such huge variations. So Aesop hand soap 21, no sponsored rank. I think definitely there should be some sponsored rank, because I was watching them running an ad over here. So I'm not sure if Helium 10 is giving this data extremely correctly, but once again, not the keywords to rank. Lavender hand soap, maybe they're if they've got a lavender one. So the good thing about this brand is that it has got different flavors, different fragrances, not different flavors, but like different fragrances, and they can push. So if it's olive hand wash, they can push it to olive hand wash keyword. If it's a cotton flower hand wash, they can push it to cotton flower, keyword. So lots and lots of keywords that they can actually push their product at. I don't think they've got any lesser amount of keywords. The keyword pool must be extremely big. So this can be targeted in a better way as well, because I see organic ranks. So you only get sales around here 35, 36, if it's a keyword which has got huge search volume, not on 800 search volume keywords. So definitely this has to be improved. They are self-defensive targeting them, they are having decent creatives, they already have good parent-child variation, because they have got all of their child added into one giant parent, and that is what's sort of like increasing their review count as well. But I would suggest 2 to 3 things to the brand, and if I was there, this was this would have been definitely done differently. Number one, focus a lot on your organic ranks. Your new to brand customers, your repeat purchase rates. Repeat purchase rates is what help brands of this stature to grow, right? So you have to, of course, have a great branding, etc., in order to increase your repeat purchase rates. But in order to get to more and more new to brand customers, now I see there are 411 paid ads. All right, let me just check where are they running their ads as well. If I just click on sponsored, all right, so let me search this according to search volume. 23,000. This is a wonderful sponsored rank for such a huge keyword, right? This is a wonderful sponsored rank. So it's only till the top for the first few, but organic ranks are doing good there. Oh, sorry, sponsored ranks keep on doing good here. But then, of course, you have to push your organic ranks as well. How you can do that? Of course, there are different strategies. I'll need to get into the account in order to understand that for each and everyone who's watching. But I would say 2 to 3 things. Number one, if you want to figure out that which organic keyword you want to rank at, and once again, this is not a thumb rule, it's just to give you a basic idea. See your relative CTR versus your competitor's relative CTR. So Amazon sort of like ranks you based on multiple signals. It could be relative CTR, it could be order velocity, it could be review velocity, and every one has got a different weightage. So, I was having a conversation with Brian Johnson, and we were talking about ranking on Amazon as well. This is, what we were talking about, that if you've got like different weightages, which weightage to actually target? You actually target which moves the needle the most. So if CTR and relative CTR is moving your needle the most, you focus on that. If your conversion rate and relative conversion rate as compared to your competitors is moving your needle the most, you focus on that. With your review velocity, it's you can control it indirectly but not directly. With your pricing, yeah, of course you can control it directly, but these are a few factors that influence a lot. So figure out, find out these keywords which are where you have got good sponsored ranks, you've got good ACOS as well. That's another good metric to find out that, okay, if it's a long term good keyword or not, and find out which placement type is giving you the best amount of conversions, the best conversion rate. In total tacos, it's the best. So the best conversion rate, the best CTR, you push on that placement, and then you push on that keyword. That's why, even a bit of a bad ACOS, not extremely bad ACOS, you have to do your financials, yourself, because of course each brand has got its own gross margins. But if you've got like a bit above your ACOS. So, for example, your rest of search is 70% and your top of search is 80%. But on top of search, you've got 5% better conversion rate and 10% better CTR. You always move on there. In another video, I'll go ahead and discuss the math as well. But you have to target your better CTR, better CVR, because Amazon's algorithm is working in a way where if you've built your proof of performance that you're performing better in terms of CTR than your competitors, Amazon incentivizes you. That's why a lot of new sellers or a lot of new brands rank on the top of categories where someone else has got much higher reviews, even much higher review count as well, even much higher sales velocity as well. But why they're ranked high is because they've got better relative CTR, they've got better relative CVR. Maybe they're bringing in external traffic or some black hat tactics. We are not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what can be controlled. This is what can be controlled. So summing it up for the brand, top 3 points. Number one, improve your organic rankings. I think that can potentially improve your revenue and profit a lot higher than what's being done right now. Number second, very important, is if you can add more infographics, add them. Simple as that. Add more infographics. Add, if you've got lesser listing images here, add all of it. Do not leave any prime real estate to anyone else. For customers to not come on this listing and not convert in here. Even if you're not running any ad on here, and these guys are like cross selling, they're buying after clicking on here and then coming to your listing, even then you do not need to have lesser amount of images. Keep them as much as possible, and of course, like, test a bit more with your bullet points, do a bit more split testing. If you are a brand that is of course offering great creatives and has got the opportunity of offering great creatives, just add all of it. Have premium A plus content. Do not, you're competing with some mega giant brands as well. This is one of the competitors, and of course see their A plus content. Now they've got premium A plus content. So just ensure that your creative side is sorted, your all of your real estate is built, your split testing, and then of course you've got good organic rankings as well. So this is what any customer, any competitor would identify from what the brand is doing right now. Thank you.